Once upon a time, in a quiet little house at the edge of a sleepy town, there lived a kind-hearted girl named JordAnne. Her home was cozy and filled with warmth, nestled among old trees whose leaves whispered secrets to the wind. Every night after her parents had tucked her in and kissed her goodnight, a special routine would begin. When the moon peeked through her window, casting a gentle, silvery glow across her room, and the stars began to twinkle softly in the vast, dark sky, JordAnne would climb into her snug bed. There, waiting for her, was her most treasured friend in the whole wide world, her plushie, Kiro. Kiro was no ordinary plushie. He was a gift from her grandmother, stitched with love and filled with magic, or so JordAnne believed. His fur was as soft as a wispy cloud floating on a summer's day, and his button eyes seemed to hold a special sparkle, especially in the moonlight. They seemed to watch over her, full of kindness and understanding. And though Kiro never spoke a single word, JordAnne knew he was the best listener. She would whisper all her secrets, her hopes, and her worries into his fluffy ear, and he always seemed to listen patiently, absorbing everything with a silent, comforting presence. With Kiro tucked safely in her arms, feeling his soft fur against her cheek, JordAnne felt brave enough to face any nighttime shadow, warm enough to chase away any chill, and ready to welcome the wonderful world of dreams. One particularly peaceful night, the air was still and quiet. A gentle breeze whispered sweet lullabies through the leaves of the trees outside her window, a soft, rustling sound that made the whole world feel safe and calm. JordAnne, holding Kiro close, felt her eyelids grow heavy. She took a deep breath, smelling the faint, sweet scent of lavender from the garden, and slowly, gently drifted off to sleep. In that magical moment between being awake and dreaming, something incredible happened. Suddenly, JordAnne found herself not in her bed, but standing in a vast, enchanting field. It was a place unlike any she had ever seen before. The ground was soft beneath her feet, and the air was filled with a sense of wonder. The sky above wasn't blue or black, but a breathtaking swirl of deep purples and shimmering golds, like a painter's masterpiece. The air smelled sweet and fresh, like a field of wildflowers right after a gentle spring rain. And best of all, standing right beside her was Kiro. But he was different. He was alive. He was just as tall as she was, his button eyes were blinking and full of joy, and he was holding her hand with his soft, fluffy paw. He gave her a big, friendly smile, and JordAnne's heart filled with pure happiness. Without a word, they began to run together through the tall, feathery grass that tickled their knees. Their laughter echoed through the magical field, a sound of pure, unbridled joy. As they ran, a swarm of fireflies awoke from their slumber in the grass and began to dance around them, their tiny lights blinking on and off like 1,000 tiny stars had come down to play. They swirled and twirled, creating beautiful patterns of light in the twilight air. JordAnne giggled, trying to catch one in her hands, but they were too quick, always just out of reach, leading them deeper into the dream. Then, JordAnne noticed something even more magical. Each time her bare feet touched the ground, the grass beneath her solace began to glow with a soft, warm light. It started as a faint shimmer, but the more she walked and ran, the brighter it shone. It was as if she was painting a path of light across the field with her every step. The glowing trail followed behind them, lighting up the field like a winding river of tiny lanterns. The warmth from the glowing grass spread through the soles of her feet, making her feel cozy and full of a happy, buzzing energy. Curious and filled with a sense of adventure, JordAnne followed the glowing path as it gently curved and meandered through the field. Kiro walked beside her, his own paws leaving glowing prints on the ground. The path seemed to know exactly where it was going, leading them with a gentle, unspoken promise of something wonderful ahead. It led them up a small, gentle hill. It sloped so easy to climb it felt more like floating. At the very top of the hill, they found the coziest, most inviting spot Kirsten had ever seen. The glowing grass had formed a perfect circle, shaped just like a bird's nest, big enough for both of them to snuggle into. The light from this grassy nest was the warmest and brightest of all, and it pulsed gently, like a soft, beating heart. It looked so safe and comfortable, a perfect sanctuary in the middle of this dream world. Kirsten, feeling a wonderful sense of peace, lay down in the center of the glowing nest. She rested her head on Kiro's fluffy arm, which was the softest pillow she could ever imagine. The grass around them hummed with a quiet, melodic tune, a gentle lullaby that seemed to be sung just for her. It was a song of comfort, of safety, and of pure, simple joy. It vibrated through the ground, making her feel completely relaxed and at peace. Lying there, side by side with her best friend, Kirsten looked up at the magnificent sky. The purple and gold colors had deepened, and the stars, which had been so far away, seemed to be slowly drifting closer. They twinkled brighter and brighter, as if they were leaning in to watch over her. A few of them even seemed to wink at her, sharing in her secret happiness. Wrapped in the magic of the glowing grass, the comfort of her living plushie, and the overwhelming feeling of being loved and safe, Kirsten closed her eyes. She fell asleep right there, inside her own beautiful dream, feeling happier and more content than ever before. When morning came, the first rays of sunlight streamed through her window, painting golden stripes on her wall and warming her face. Kirsten stirred and slowly opened her eyes. She was back in her own familiar bed, in her own cozy room. The magical field was gone, and the sky was now a cheerful morning blue. She looked down, and there, tucked safely in her arms, was her plushy Kiro, his button eyes staring blankly and his body still and soft. For a moment, a tiny bit of sadness touched her heart, but it was quickly replaced by a wide, happy smile. The dream felt so real, so vivid. She could still feel the warmth of the glowing grass and hear the faint echo of their laughter. She gave Kiro an extra tight hug. Though the glowing field and the living Kiro were part of her dream, the feelings of joy, love, and safety were real, and she carried them with her into the waking day. She knew that the magic wasn't gone forever. It was just waiting for her, tucked away in her imagination, ready to return the next time she closed her eyes and dreamed. And from that night on, Kirsten always looked forward to bedtime. It was no longer just a time to rest, but a time for adventure. Every night as she hugged Kiro close, she would wonder what new magical place they would visit together. Would they fly with dragons, swim with mermaids, or dance with the stars again? The possibilities were endless, and no matter what the day had brought, she knew that with Kiro by her side, her dreams would always be a place of joy, wonder, and endless friendship. Thank you so much for listening to our story tonight. We hope it brought a little bit of magic and comfort to your evening. If you enjoyed this journey with Kirsten and Kiro, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more wonderful bedtime stories. We love sharing these adventures with you. Sweet dreams, and we'll see you in the next story. Good night.